Hello, Arthur Offaly speaking on behalf of the Arthur Offaly Foundation. Now, it has got to the stage that after almost 44 years of me waiting to get the truth about the brutal murder of my unarmed father, Arthur Joseph Offaly, in 1974, by that Sinn Féin IRA scum, Freddie Scappaticci, aka Steakknife. He was an informer for the RUC, PSNI Special Branch, also an agent for MI5 and MI6, also an agent for the FRU, that is the Forces Research Unit, a unit of the British Army who specialised in recruiting informers to murder innocent victims. Now that RUC, PSNI Special Branch, who called themselves a police force, were nothing but a loyalist paramilitary group who hated and despised Roman Catholics and who employed informers from Sinn Féin IRA and other loyalist groups to carry out their shoot to kill policy of innocent Catholics and Protestants, and paid them out of the public purse. This coming from a so-called police force who was supposed to uphold law and order. They should be disbanded immediately. This corrupt RUC PSNI knew from 1974 who murdered my father and have withheld the evidence right up until the present day. Scappaticci was the RUC top informer, known as their jewel in the crown. He was given complete freedom to carry out murders on their say-so, knowing that he would never be charged. They told him he was untouchable. Now, every Chief Constable from 1974 right up until the present Chief Constable George Hamilton in 2017 withheld vital evidence about my father's murder, which in itself is a crime, and that coming from a corrupt police force speaks for itself. And every one of those corrupt chief constables, after they retire, are brought to Buckingham Palace to see that so-called Queen to be knighted for their services rendered to the British state, for harassing and abusing Irish citizens in Ireland. And I suppose when the time comes that Sinn Féin IRA mass murderer Freddie Scappaticci, aka Steakknife, will also be honoured for murdering innocent Irish people on the orders of the RUC, PSNI Special Branch and also the British state. But let me tell Scappaticci, or should I address him with his code name Steakknife, as the legal services, the court services and the police services, along with those muppets at Stormont, have done all in their power to obstruct me from getting you to court to stand trial for your crimes of mass murder against fellow Irish people. But let me tell you that will not stop me from getting revenge for my father. I know where you are and who you are working with. Now, I got in touch with a daily newspaper in Northern Ireland who had a recent picture of you. I asked them for a copy so that I could plaster your picture all over YouTube and Facebook to let the public know in case they spot you. But this paper was adamant that the RUC PSNI would not allow them to do it. Where is our freedom of rights? Where is the freedom of the press? All gone. So the papers are only allowed to print and tell the public what the RUC PSNI and those nameless, faceless scum from MI5 and MI6 tell them to print. Thank God, I say that again, thank God we have the internet and YouTube and Facebook so that we can get the truth as it happens. And it is nice to let the public know that the papers are run by these people and you are only getting what these scum tell you to write. And it's a sad day when newspapers in Northern Ireland are told to support a mass murderer and not to support a group like the Orthodoxy Foundation, who want to get justice for members of the public who were murdered by this murderer. And the papers are every bit as guilty as the RUC PSNI who employed this murderer, who is paid out of the public purse. Now, my group want to expose this person and bring him to stand trial for his crimes, and to expose his employers, the RUC PSNI Special Branch and the British State, for the mass murder of many Irish people. So why do the newspapers refuse to help me? What is their agenda? All I ask for is a modern picture of this mass murderer, and you have refused to help me. After all, this is the police informer who murdered my unarmed father in 1974. So now you, the newspapers, are withholding vital evidence about the person who murdered my father on the orders of the RUC PSNI. Then you get those Sinn Féin IRA hooded men running about the courts looking for justice. These men were terrorists, out killing innocent men, women and children. Now they are looking compensation. Now my father didn't get one brown penny compensation, and he was when he was brutally murdered by this group of scum. Put those hooded men along with their pro-Sinn Féin IRA legal firms and their lawyers, friends, all pro-Sinn Féin IRA, and they wouldn't make a patch for my father's treasures. Now let me tell Scappaticci and those working with him, the RUC PSNI and the British State may have given you a pardon for all those innocent people you have murdered, all Irish people. But I, Arthur Joseph Rafferty, have not given you a pardon for murdering my unarmed father, and I will sort you out, and that is a promise. Now to finish off, I have nothing but praise for those brave women who stood up and exposed those paedophiles scum in the BBC, the Buckingham Palace and the royal family, Liz McKean, Jill Dondo and of course Princess Diana. But the British State had to keep them quiet, so they murdered them. Anyone who would like a tip of this story or any one of my stories can call me on my mobile 077 1592 1137. Leave your name and address and I will send you a tip free. Thank you. Anyone who has a story to tell and wishes me to air it can call me on my mobile 07715 921137, or I can send a reporter out to get your story. And remember, I will tell your story as you tell me. Nothing will be cut out. Now watch more of my stories on YouTube, arthurrafferty.com, YouTube Arthur Rafferty, Arthur Rafferty Docker, YouTube Jackspot 2012. That is a tip about the brutal murder of my father by a 5-man gang of Sinn Féin IRA, led by Freddie Scappaticci, aka Steakknife, on the orders of the British government, the RUC PSNI and the Special Branch. Now that Sinn Féin IRA scum Scappaticci carried out their orders on their command. My email is arthurrafferty1@gmail.com. Thank you for watching ASNI TV and good morning, and I will see you soon.